Hey, I'm Craig, and today for the Surfboard Guide, we're going to check out the A2 by Chilli Surfboards. So the A2 I've been riding is a 6.0 by 19.8 by 2.5, which comes in at 29.5 litres and is stock dimensions for the A2 6.0. I actually think it comes in two sizes, and this might be the 6.0 plus with a little bit more foam for those that need it. So if you know anything about the A2 or you've heard about it, it's been released by Chilli and is touted off an old model that was done for Andy Irons. But it was a bit of a combo. Chilli had a board a few years ago called the A2 Curve, which is kind of a slightly flatter kind of performance shortboard. I had one like 10 years ago. It was a great board. And it was also brought off a file they had for Andy that they've been trying to modernize, and they've been doing it through their Project Black series, which is how they refine their shapes and designs over time through team riders. And they came out with this. And it was actually quite funny. I was up at Chilli Surfboards the other day having a chat with the boys and ordering something, and they brought out Andy's old board that they had. They'd sanded everything back, knocked the fins out, like sized it up, and they computer imaged it to bring the shape for this A2. And it was so funny because that board was from 2003, and it was, I think it was like 6.1 or 2 by 18.5 by 2 3/16. And to pick it up under your arm was absolutely disgusting. It was so curvy and thin. It was so funny to see how boards have changed so much in those last like 10 to 15 years. But Andy won a world title that year, and he was a phenomenal surfer, and it worked pretty well for Andy. So it was cool they've been able to use that, combine some different things in modern technology, and bring us the A2 that we have here. So I've been riding the A2 for a while now in a variety of conditions, and it's been a lot of fun. I was actually I wasn't sure when I first got it, because when I ordered it quite some time ago now, they had one or two up at Chilli that were the Project Blacks. So Chilli do a thing called Project Black where they will design a model, they'll run it through some of their team, pop a few out for different people to get feedback and really refine the model. And I picked this one up. And you can't, the Project Black one, you can't see it here. It's really hard to show you. But the A2 has quite a full deck, and it starts to drop away. And then as you get to the rail, it goes from what you think would be a medium rail to quite a low rail. So under your arm, putting it under your hand, you feel this kind of a real pinchy low rail. And I was like, oh, it doesn't seem like it'd be very forgiving. And I'm not sure how that would go through water for an average surfer who generally surfs pretty average waves where we live. But yeah, riding the board, I didn't really notice it at all. It paddles really well. There's actually quite a bit of foam distributed really well through the board. And this pinchy kind of medium to low rail didn't make it challenging, didn't catch. The things I thought it might do in kind of less than stellar conditions, it didn't really do, and I didn't notice it. So it was really an aesthetic thing and a feel that I was kind of hesitant about, but didn't notice it at all. So I've been riding the A2 in a variety of conditions, and like I said, I thought this was a board for really good waves, and I kind of held off for that. I took it out on a really good day, and the board went really, really well. And it was only in kind of the like chest to head high range. It wasn't big, but there was just nice, clean waves. You could probably do a couple of turns. And I was going to try it. When I ride fins, I always ride the AM2. It's kind of my stock fin where I start everything. And I got down the beach, hadn't ridden it, pulled out the car, and all I had was these Jack Freestone Control Series. So for those that know the Jack Freestone Control Series, Jack has two fins. He has the Generation Series, which is a speed generating fin, which you kind of want to ride generally in smaller waves to help generate speed. I've actually rode them in a variety of conditions. They've gone really well. And this is a Control Series. So this is, it has a much lower ride number, and it's not about generating speed, it's about controlling speed. So when waves have push, good waves have a bit of push, you're not trying to create speed, the waves push you. This is a fin that's designed to control speed really well. So I rode this because it was in the car, but it was generally something I wouldn't ride till the waves get a little bit bigger. Surprisingly, it went really well in, not that large waves. And I actually kept riding the board through, 2 foot onshore, 4 foot kind of good, 5 foot pumping, 1 foot not really good. And I kept these fins in the whole time, and they were absolutely fine. And I actually haven't tried any other fins. I kind of feel if something works, I don't really need to stuff around and do too many things. And this fin worked really, really well. So I didn't really need to do too much around it. On the bottom of the A2, it's a pretty simple bottom. It has a single concave through the center, And then it has a double that comes through the fins. It's nothing too over the top. It's a really simple, proven bottom that just keeps helping water move and flow through the board and keeps surfing pretty easy. Overall, the A2 by Chilli has been a pretty fun board to ride, but I would say it's probably for the intermediate to advanced surfer who wants a fairly all-round performance shortboard, but is maybe aimed to when the waves get a little bit better. But saying that, it went okay when the waves weren't that great, but I don't think that's what it's really made for. Also, if you're probably like a beginner to an intermediate kind of surfer, and maybe you've got a trip overseas to Indo or somewhere where there's going to be some good waves, this could be the board for you. It's going to go really well in good waves, and it's easy to paddle, and it's not that difficult to surf. So, you know, if you think you're going to be putting yourself in some decent waves, it could be a board to check out. Hopefully you get a chance to check out the A2 by Chilli. I was a big Andy Irons fan growing up, so to see this come back was a bit of a nostalgia piece for me, and I got pretty excited. So hopefully you get a chance to check one out. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. If you like what you saw, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could hit like. If you want to see more of what we're doing, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe. Beyond what we're doing here on YouTube, we also have an Instagram account which we're keeping pretty active with. You'll find it on Instagram at the Surfboard Guide. And on there we'll be posting stuff about boards we have, immediate stuff about our experiences with them. We'll also have a chance to maybe connect with other people that have an experience with board that you may be interested in. Thanks so much for watching.